Hello and welcome to Your Big Why, How to Connect to Your Soul's Desire, with me, Dr. Heather Clark. When you start something new, it's important to start with a powerful choice where you are fully prioritized. And this is a lot easier when you connect with your big why. So, what's the big why? Well, it's the real reason that you want to do something that you may or may not be consciously aware of. And it connects with your soul's desire. And it is not out of obligation, guilt, or shame. So your big why is a soul-based why. It is inspiring. It's authentic. It is based in joy. You're pulled to complete it, and it's what you do want. Your identity-based why, on the other hand, feels flat. And it's born out of obligation, like, well, I really should want that, or guilt, or even shame. It's often based in prestige, not always, but sometimes. And you feel like you have to push to get it done, because it's more about what you don't want. So how can we get down to what your big why is? Well, there's a process for this. And it starts out best when you can carve out some space and some time so you can be fully present. It's also very helpful to do this with someone who can fully witness you and hold space for you. Step 1, be present. Being present is being mindful, in the moment, truly paying attention, not dissociated, not distracted, fully there, and allowing without judgment and without attachment. And the easiest way to get into this space is to breathe and ground. So the reason why is because it shuts off your stress response system and helps you drop into your body. So we'll start with breathing. There's a gajillion different ways to breathe, and I happen to like this technique because it really helps people focus. It gives your conscious mind a distraction for counting, and then the magic is in the exhale, and it shuts off your stress response system. So let's do it together. We'll inhale for 6. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4, and exhale for 8. Beautiful. Continue that until you feel yourself relax even just a little. And then while you're breathing, ground. And that's simply bringing focus and awareness to your environment and to the sensations in your body. So as you inhale, hold, and exhale, notice any sounds in your environment, any sights, notice the temperature, notice any sensations in your body. So what it is not is, ooh, I notice it's cold in here and I really got to get up and do something about that. And gosh, my shoulder hurts. And no, it's more about, and I notice it's cool in here. Okay. And I notice I have shoulder tension. Okay. And I feel my butt in the chair. And I feel my feet on the floor. There. Breathe and ground. So step 2 in the process is to focus on your goal. Like, what are you after? Now, it doesn't really matter what you start with because all roads lead to Rome. But you want it to be big enough to be important to you, but not so big it's overwhelming. So not necessarily what ice cream do I want to choose? And certainly not what do I want to do for the entire rest of my life? This is more something that you want to have, do, or be. So for instance, I want to practice self-care. If you started with something like that, then we can use that to get to your big why. Step 3 is name 1 or 2 reasons why you would like to achieve this goal. This isn't the laundry list of reasons. These aren't like the best or the most acceptable. This is just why. Well, for instance, I want to practice self-care because I want to feel better. Okay, good enough. That brings us to step 4. Now, here's where the deeper process truly begins, because you want to connect with your future self. You're going to fast forward to the future where you already have that desire and you are now your future self. So for instance, if the reason why you're doing self-care is because you want to feel better, so you just ground and center, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, I want to feel better. So I'm going to go to that future where I already feel better. It has already happened. Step 5 is you want to focus on that experience. Feel it, see it, hear it, taste it, make it as tangible as possible, and really be in that future where you feel better. And now ask yourself the question, now, what's new and different in my life from that place in the future? Stay open and allow. And then name the first 1 or 2 things that pop into your head. Let yourself be surprised, because what's coming in is not what you think it should be. It is not from logic. It's not what you might be more comfortable telling other people. This is getting at your deeper reason. And then jot this down. You want to be bold and you want to be clear. So for instance, if, now what's new and different in my life is something along the lines of happier. That's beautiful. Write that down. And for the next step, you want to make it a little bolder and a little more clear. So instead of happier, let's go with happy. And then you repeat steps 4 through 7. So you connect again with your future self. So with the new circumstance, it's happy. Okay, well, I'm going to go to that future where I'm happy. Really focus on the experience of being happy. Make it as tangible as possible. Really feel it. And then ask yourself, okay, now that I am happy, what's new and different in my life? And jot down the first 1 or 2 things that pop into your head. And then go to that future. Focus on that experience. Ask that question. Jot that down. And repeat this until you experience a shift. Okay, well, what kind of shift might you experience? Well, most people experience a shift. There is a mental, emotional, or physical change. When you get to your big why, to that core desire, it feels different. It often feels lighter, more open, it's inspiring, and it just feels wonderful. You may also discover that the shift comes when you ask yourself, well, what's new and different in my life? And your answer is everything. That is likely your big why, your core desire. Or alternatively, you may find yourself circling back to the same thing. Like for instance, well, what's new and different in my life? Ooh, I have freedom. Great, now that I have freedom, what do I have? Well, I have more time to myself. And then what's new and different? Well, I have more freedom. Okay, freedom is probably your big why. And then after that, you choose. And choosing is more than deciding. Deciding is a mental process. Choosing is an action. And when you choose based on the intention of your big why, you bring more of that into your life because it shifts your perceptions. You begin to see more of it and experience more of it. And make this with every decision, like what am I going to have for dinner? I don't know. What brings me at least a little closer to my big why? Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and attention. For more information, you can find me at vibrantagain.com. If you want to really work on getting down to your big why, because this isn't always easy to do by yourself, schedule a consultation with me. It's no cost, no obligation, and you can do that at realclaritycall.com. Thank you so much, and I do hope to speak with you soon.